Hey guys, it's Mike, and I'm here at one of my favorite places, East Hawaii Organics Facilities. I'm here with Marvin. You pretty much run the place here. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of how this green waste gets turned into like this beautiful mulch that you guys produce that helps us grow our plants so well here?
Well, what the customers do is they bring in all their green waste into our facility, and it's very simple. You just pick it up and you throw it into our grinder, and we create this product of mulch. And as we cook the mulch at 130 degrees every single day for at least 15 days before we release it to the public. And then the public uses it. They put that back into the ground to grow all their crops.
Yeah, so basically what this process does is it kills off everything such as fire ants, bacteria,
yes,
and
it kills off every invasive species, coqui frogs, fire ants, viruses, weeds, etc. And we send all that report out. We get it tested every single month.
yeah, and so you actually test this too for things like pH and nitrogen. What have you found in that sense?
Well, and basically we send our mulch, our product, to a soil company in the mainland to get it analyzed, and they break down the different types of products in the mulch itself, in the soil, whether it's the carbon and the nitrogen ratio, the potassium, magnesium, etc., the moisture content, and the pH level. So certain crops grow better in different pH levels, etc. So and we do that every single month to produce a high quality product. This is the natural way to do things.
Right.
For us, you can see back at our little garden that we've produced. We just lay the mulch down itself, and basically study the plants, how well they take on the natural material versus putting in fertilizers. Right? And a lot of times that we're finding out is that most plants that we've been growing has taken on the natural mulch on its own, and all you do is give it a little bit TLC and some water, and you're fine.
Well, this product has helped me a great deal on my orchard, and I really appreciate that you guys are doing this.
This is a beautiful project. It eliminates all the green waste from getting dumped into the landfill,
Right.
And now we can reuse it. We recycle it. If you kill these two forms here, you kill all pathogens basically: fecal coliform and salmonella. And so that's what basically we test for. Okay, because you don't know what's in the green waste.
Yeah.
Right? Like for example, grass clippings. The dog can be making poop on the lawn, and they bring the grass.
It's considered like pathogens and stuff. Okay.
So all different pathogens, So disease or insects, etc. Invasive species, rapid ohia death, banana top virus, all that kind of items. That's what basically we do, and we kill all of that. Okay. So in the mulch, what we do is with the right moisture content, that basically activates all the microorganisms to work, and that's how the mulch gets hot. Right? You figure about when the mulch gets hot, why is it getting hot? It's all these microbes working hard. But you need the right moisture levels in order to make it become hot. Then we have all the feedstock analysis, which shows our nitrogen, our organic nitrogen, our ammonia, nitrates, phosphorus, potassium, everything that I was telling you about, the carbon and nitrogen ratio, how we want that to be. 30, well, this one's 32 and 1. We want to enter between 30 to 1, 40 to 1. The moisture, pH levels, 7 being neutral.
Neutral.
So, and a good example is that on Oahu, where we actually take it a step further with the mulch. This is called the PFRP process to further reduce pathogens. And what we do on Oahu is we take it another step further, and it basically ages for about 5 to 6 months until it turns into your true compost, breaking down. And we screen it, have a machine that we screen it, and that's what you find in the stores, in the bag of compost. In our case, we have tens of thousands of yards of compost.
Yeah.
The pH level on Oahu, I believe, it was more alkaline for the pH level.
Interesting.
So when you talk about the acidic rain, the acid rains and whatnot,
yeah, that's what.
if people want to neutralize their soil, bring it back to a decent pH level, because acid rain is going to kill a lot of the plants, and it's hard on the growth of plants.
Yeah.
You may want to, instead of bringing in lime or whatever to bring it back to a decent pH level, people talked about using compost, the natural way.
Yeah, I mean 6.5 is
well, that's what we have here.
Yeah.
So that's why you see how we blend our green waste. We don't just, it's a recipe.
Yeah.
Every you get 10 different guys making 10 different batches of stew.
Yeah.
It'll come out different. Now, which stew is going to be the best? And
Yeah.
so your operators will have to be trained. That's the experts of knowing what to put in all the time. It's not. People think you just throw in everything or not, and that's why we save the bark, the logs on the side, and we blend it in according to what we know, what we know best. Yeah.
Here's the sweet potato.
Oh, okay.
See the different leaf on it?
Right. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, this is the stuff.
Cassava, yeah.
And how, so
So you cut this much. You might be able to get 2 out of this.
it's more, so this was the mama, eh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big ladies. And then this grow off of them,
Yep.
pretty much. Like this, anyway. So like this, you just cut off the leaves. And actually,
Yeah, cut the leaves off.
you just set them on the side. This is well, not the smallest. If you don't want really anything, you can. See, like this one.
Mm.
Yeah, but too small. I mean, he gonna grow, but take longer.
Take a long time.
Yeah. So this size is a good size.
Yeah.
So it's 2 different varieties.
The one I'm growing is like a purplish one, and it gets maybe like this big.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a good one then.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. It's some kind of lehua, the purple. But I saw you grow taro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're down here with Ken. He's a payload operator here, and he's really planted a lot here. So tell us a little bit about that, like your planting and stuff.
Well, most of the plants from here came from my home. So I just like to plant, and I use the mulch a lot at home for years. For ground cover, weeding. But now it's more advanced where I'm planting them in the mulch, and look like it does real well.
Yeah.
The taro is doing real well. The tomato not so good, but yeah, basically is what I like to do. Plant, try things, plant stuff for eat.
Yeah, so most of the guys they're planting now too, and
Yeah, they bring in stuff from home. Like I think Aaron brought spinach or some kind of spinach that is healthy. So he brought that. We trying turmeric. So yeah, everybody getting involved, and like Mahoy would buy seeds, and he started the beans and trying to grow the corn, but corn not doing so good, but
yeah.
the beans is doing well. Yeah, so everybody is participating in this effort on growing stuff in the mulch.
Yeah, so you guys are having fun just experimenting, see what grows good.
Right, yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the climate too. It has nothing to do with the mulch. But stuff like you said, corn and tomatoes, they might not do so well. Probably just because it's so wet here and humid.
Or just the season, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
different seasons.
this year from January to about now it's been raining almost every other day, and we had a lot of storms and stuff. Like now it's drying out. I think the plant's going to do well.
Yeah, that eggplant doing really good.
Yeah, it's done. Well, this is a great place to work, and the positive on seeing the green waste getting into the mulch and going back into the aina and growing the taro, and just we all can feed our families.
Yeah, that's like how I think we should all strive to go back to where we used to grow our own food instead of go to the supermarket.
True, and it doesn't take much area to grow things. So
Yeah.
but yeah, as the positive stuff of working down here, you know that you putting back stuff into the island. So
Yeah.
that is real positive. You know, the boss is good. He let us grow. I mean, he into that too. You know the whole cycle of life. I'm not sure what else we're going to try to grow.
Well, I've been bringing you some stuff.
Oh yeah,
Growing
right. Yeah.
I brought some cassava. I just brought some katuk.
Okay.
And the Okinawan sweet potatoes that we like, the purple ones. One thing the mulch is really good for is to spread it around your fruit trees. I usually put a little chicken manure pellets underneath first and then put the mulch on top, and the mulch just seals it all in, and it gives a slower release to the fertilizer, so it'll last a lot longer. It's also going to suppress weed growth, and even if weeds do pop up, you just cover it back up, and it's like you don't have to pull out every single weed because you just keep throwing the mulch on top, and those weeds are going to die and also feed your tree. Also, it's going to preserve moisture. Every time I put my hands through the mulch, it's like wet, so like the roots are always going to have water. This stuff just holds water really well, and every time it does rain, you're going to get like a compost tea. It just runs through the mulch, and just, you know, like compost tea just comes right out. And the trees, I've noticed such a difference since I've been using this, especially using a lot of it. I mean, you could use a little bit and it does still work, but using a lot, they really, I mean, my trees have grown so much since I started upping the amount that I use. Another thing you can do with the mulch is you can put it in your garden beds. I use it as a top layer. It's eventually going to break down and become the bottom layer, but for now, it's not composted down that much, so I use it as a top layer. And I have a cinder soil underneath, which I've mixed with some amendments like coral calcium and some chicken manure pellets for fertilizer. And these eggplant here are doing great, and I've just put them in the ground like 3 days ago. They were starts that were pretty small, and they've already doubled or tripled in size. It's really working great so far. Another thing we're doing with the mulch is we're heating our water for our shower with it. And this is really working great for us. I do have to add nitrogen materials into it and turn it about every 2 weeks just to keep it hot. But I really don't mind doing that at all, because what we're doing here is we're just continuing the composting process with the mulch. So, you know, when it's completely broken down, this is going to be a really high quality compost that we could use in gardens to plant trees with, and I don't know, start plants in pots with. So I'm really excited about this, and we have a video that we did about the shower, and I'm going to link that in the description. Also, probably want to do a really specific video about what we're doing to keep this hot. Alright guys, so I hope I've convinced you that this is the most valuable resource on the Big Island. For me it definitely is, and if you don't live on the Big Island, check out what they have in your county. Most likely they'll have wood chips or compost from leaves. I know they did where I'm from in Connecticut, and I went and got wood chips. Or you could even look up like people that cut down trees, what they do with the wood chips. Usually they'll give them for free. So wood chips, you know, they also are good too. They break down a little bit slower and they're more carbon than this is. But they're still really good to use for gardens for a top layer. And I put a bunch on my garden in Connecticut, and it still doesn't get weeds. So it's working great there. So there's two more things I want to mention. The first is that Marvin, he told me if any of the viewers want to come down for a tour or do a workshop or something, he'd be interested in hosting us. So message us if you're interested in that. I'll have our email in the description. And the second thing is, if you don't have a truck or any way to get the mulch, I have a couple contacts that will bring the mulch to your house, deliver it. I would even be willing to bring you mulch if you didn't need that much. I do just have the truck, so if you're looking for a lot of mulch, I could find somebody to deliver it, or if you just need a little bit, I would probably be able to do it. So message if you're interested in that. That's going to be it for this video, and I hope you guys get county mulch or wood chips or whatever is in your county that's free, because it's really good stuff. Have a good day.